Alright guys, so with the new H-160 coming out, first thing we're going to go ahead and do today is we're going to cover how to do a proper pre-flight with this aircraft. So in your file you will find in here a pre-flight HUD. So make sure you go ahead, right click and add that, and you're going to let that load up. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to head to the left side of the helicopter. And we're going to open up the engine and the transmission compartments. Oh. Alright. Oops, I lied to you. First thing we're going to check is the main rotor. Simply by clicking on it, I have inspected the main rotor and found it free of all damages. Now we are in the transmission compartment. This is our transmission compartment. The first thing we're going to check right here is generator number 1. This piece right here is our generator number 1, free of damage. Hydraulic pump located right here, also free of damage. And as we learned in previous aircraft, we have to check our fluids. And right here is our hydraulic fluid for the hydraulic number 1 pump. It is currently good. If we were to click, we can add more fluid to the reservoir. Alright, over here on the engine compartment, simply clicking on the engine checks the general condition of the engine, free of damage. And again, sight glass right here for the engine oil. Big red button. We are now full of oil. Okay, we don't need it completely full of oil. If I were to go to the aircraft right now and look at it, it'll probably tell me I have too much hydraulic fluid or too much engine oil in there. As long as we can see oil in the sight glass, we are okay. Alright, we can close these engine compartments. Down here we have our landing gear, obviously. Simply clicking it. This one is free of damage. This one is free of damage. Free of damage. And free of damage. Okay, so landing gear has been checked. Back here on the engine or the tail rotor side, sorry. So, first thing we check is tail rotor general condition by clicking on the tail rotor. Now it's not going to let me click the tail rotor. There we go. Tail rotor is free of damage. In here, we have the tail rotor gearbox and the tail rotor fluid, the transmission fluid. So there's our transmission, tail rotor gearbox free. Here's the fluid. We're good. I'm going to make sure we go ahead and close that. Okay, now we are on the engine compartment of the right side of the helicopter. And open the engine compartment and check the engine general condition. Engine number 2, free of all damage. And we have oil. On the next page, we're going to check the transmission compartment. In the transmission compartment, we have generator number 2, which is good. Next, we're going to check the hydraulic pump is good. And the hydraulic fluid is good. Okay, moving over here, we're checking the main transmission, free of damage. And that we have transmission fluid, good. Okay, we can close these hatches. Alright, and we'll go inside and check the interior. Okay, this is our circuit breaker panel, free of damage. Rotor brake, right here, this is engaged, this is disengaged, so rotor brake, disengaged. Gear lever is in the down position. Why? Silly. You can move this with the helicopter being off. Well, until the helicopter has power, it doesn't know what position that switch is in. So we want to make sure that that switch is in the down position before we turn on battery number 1 and give it some power. Alright, with the battery 1 on, we're going to go ahead and check the event log. Okay, up here on the upper panel, MFD3, we're going to push that to FMD. We're going to come down here and we're going to check. This is the engine log. Everything, or the helicopter itself's log. Everything that we've done with this helicopter is listed here. As you can see, I've crashed this helicopter a few times. Today I crashed it even. So we can scroll through the logs of the helicopter. Scroll up, scroll down, scroll to the bottom. Okay, so when I started flying it, that was a hard landing and overspeed. Scrolling down, we just need to go all the way to the bottom of the list and see if there are any faults that we need to check. Okay, there are no faults at the end of this log, so we're good. We can then go ahead and put this back onto normal mode. And you'll see it'll go from here back to our GPS screen. Okay, while the battery is still on, we're going to turn on the nav, the beacon lights, and the landing lights, and check the operation of each. All of our light switches are back here. We're going to turn our anti-collision light on to both. We're going to turn our nav lights on, and it doesn't matter if you go to right high or left high for your landing lights. Okay, with those on, we're going to walk around the aircraft. Underneath, there's our lightings. We are good with our lights. Continuing on, we have red light here. Okay, we have white light here. We can check our beacon or our strobe. There's white, there's red, indicating that both the red and the white are working properly. There's the green nav light. Okay, once that's done, we can go ahead and disengage all of our lights. We don't want to use up that battery life if we don't have to. Alright. And the next thing it talks about is the avionics analyzer. Located in your package here as well is the avionics analyzer. You can res that out. Simple little computer. There we go. And we are going to look and confirm November 160 Juliet Charlie. November 160 Juliet Charlie. Our computer is now connected with our helicopter. Alright, and if we click over here on the status, we'll run that test again just to make sure. Running the test on this helicopter. And everything is coming back as okay. Alright, once we finish that, we can put this away. We can shut our battery off. And we have successfully completed pre-flight of this aircraft. Make sure you tune in for the future videos. We also have pre-start or startup and shutdown, as well as some in-flight characteristics, as well as use of the flight management system that is a new system added to the H-160. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us in the Shergood group, as we're always here to help.